Today's offering is another film directed by Yuen Woo-Ping and also marks the second film starring Jet Li we've looked at for Martial March. Tai Chi Master, initially released stateside as Twin Warriors, is a highly fictionalized historical drama based on the life of Zhang Sanfeng, the legendary Taoist who is credited with creating the concept of Nejiachuan, or internal martial arts. However, despite the title, the film doesn't really show much in the way of philosophy, nor is it really concerned with historical fact. You know how I mentioned that a lot of wuxia films are set in an ambiguous medieval period that may as well be a fantasy setting? Well, this is one of those films where anyone and everyone knows how to fight. Starring Jet Li and Qin Su-ho, the film focuses on Junbo and Tianbo, two boys who grew up together in the Shaolin Temple, honing their bodies to become masters of Kung Fu. During a match against another monk, Tianbo shows signs of being overly aggressive after the monk he's facing decides to cheat. The ensuing riot results in the two monks being cast out of the Shaolin Temple and into the secular world. From there, the film follows the two monks as they try to survive and eventually go down separate paths, Junbo working at a restaurant while Tianbo begins working his way up the ranks of the military, consumed by his lust for power. The story builds to a final confrontation between the two, with Tianbo having been fully consumed by greed and violence, while Junbo has discovered inner peace and cultivated the new martial art, Tai Chi. As a film, it follows more in the Asian tradition of trying to have a blend of genres as opposed to the Western tradition of keeping a fairly solitary tone. As such, in addition to the intense action, there is also a great deal of comic relief, even in moments where it seems kind of out of place. To that end, it's presented more as a genre action film more than anything, filled with set piece after set piece. The choreography embraces more of the fantastical, making effective use of wire work and special effects to intensify the action, leading to some really cool, albeit ridiculous moments. That said, this is the kind of silliness that most kung fu movie fans live for. As for the story itself, it's a nice, mythic tale about how power can corrupt people and how hardness can be overcome by softness, a fundamental principle of Tai Chi Chuan. That said, it explores this theme in very broad strokes, since it's an action film first and foremost. Now, the Western release of this film carries a few quirks. The most recent release, which is through the Weinstein Company's Dragon Dynasty label, features both the original Cantonese audio and an English dub. However, the English dub was made in a time when dubs were tailored to mainstream American tastes as opposed to conveying the story faithfully. As such, much of the film's themes and ideas are greatly simplified, with character details being omitted and even the comedic moments being reworked if not outright ignored for the sake of the dub's own gags. Even the film's music has been replaced with a new score tailored to American tastes, resulting in a score that is generic, bland, and laden with so many stereotypical flourishes that it sounds like so many other martial arts films. It even does away with the film's iconic opening theme, which is what you're hearing now. The whole thing is very reminiscent of early 90s anime dubs produced for kids' programming blocks, where plot points and details would be reworked for local sensibilities, even if the choices made don't always make sense. When sub-purists are talking about bad dubs, this is the kind of thing they're usually thinking of. Having seen both the dub and the sub, I greatly prefer watching the film with subtitles, as a lot of the deeper themes and clever moments present in the original film all but disappear in the English dub. The scene that codifies this moment is the moment where Su Lin, played by Michelle Yeoh, is walking with Junbo in the countryside in an effort to restore his mental health, which is left in tatters after his battle with Tianbo in the wake of his betrayal that led to the death of countless rebels. As they walk through the countryside, they come across a woodcutter who's been informed that his wife has gone into labor. As he tries to hurry home, his friend tells him to put down his load so he can run home, leading Junbo to have an epiphany that restores his mental state. Now here is the key distinction. The English dub merely has Junbo repeat the phrase, "make light your burden," before running off. However, in the subtitles of the Cantonese dub, the line has a second part that conveys the importance of this moment to Junbo. He says the phrase, "put down your burdens," and "run towards new life," which is just a better line overall. Yes, I know that matching mouth flaps is hard, but recent dubs of live-action films have shown that it is possible to convey at least some part of the line's original intent, even when having to deal with mouth flaps. All of that aside, if you're looking for another martial arts film that has a blend of action, comedy, and a little bit of philosophy, then take a moment to see this film when you get the chance. Also, if you have any misgivings about giving the Weinstein Company any more money, not that it will do them any good at this point, you can do what I did and buy a used copy.